The world of birds. Sparrows, miners, parrots, pigeon, and quail are some of the birds that we commonly see in cities. Eagles, kites, vultures, and crows can also be seen in cities. Birds have a very light body. Their bones are thin and hollow. This makes them light. A bird has a boat-shaped body. This shape helps them to fly in the air easily. The wings and feathers of the bird help it to fly. The tail of a bird acts like a rudder of a boat. It helps the bird to change its direction during the flight. A bird, like other living things, needs food, but it does not have teeth to eat its food. They have beak and claws. They use their beak and claws to catch food and eat it. They also use them to protect themselves. Beaks of the birds. Different birds have different kinds of beaks. A bird that eats nuts and greens have a different kind of beak compared to a bird that eats flesh. The type of a bird's beak and claws depends on the kind of food it eats. Strong, sharp, and hooked beaks. Eagles, vultures, kites, and owls eat the flesh of animals like rats and snakes. They have strong, sharp, and hooked beaks to tear the flesh into small pieces. They are called the birds of prey. Short, hard, and horny beaks. Finches, sparrows, and peacocks have short, hard, and horny beaks to crush grains and seeds. Strong and curved beaks. A parrot has a strong and curved beak that helps it to scoop out the fruit. This curved beak also helps it to crack open hard nuts. Fact: Hummingbird is the world's smallest bird, while an ostrich is the world's biggest bird. Strong and chisel-shaped beaks. A woodpecker has a strong and chisel-shaped beak. This helps the woodpecker to tap barks of trees and take out insects to eat. A hoopoe uses its beak to pick up insects from the ground. Broad and short beak. A swallowbird has broad and short beak. Its mouth is very sticky from inside. The swallow flies in the air, keeping its beak open. Thus, small insects and flies get stuck inside its mouth while flying. Long and slender beaks. A hoopoe's beak is long and slender. It helps the bird to pull out insects from holes in the ground or trees. Broad and flat beaks. Water birds such as ducks and geese have broad, flat, and spoon-like beaks with very small holes at the side. Mud and water flow through these holes, and the little plants and insects are left inside the beak. The duck eats them. Long and pointed beak. Birds like hummingbird use their long, pointed beak to suck nectar from the flowers. Sunbird also has a long and pointed beak. Feet and claws of the birds. Birds use their claws to catch their food. They also use them to protect themselves from their enemies. They also use their feet and claws to sit on branches climb, and walk. Birds have 2 feet with 4 toes on each, ending in a claw. Claws of flesh-eating birds. Flesh-eating birds such as hawks, eagles, kites, and vultures have strong and sharp claws. Their nails are curved. These claws help them to catch their prey like rats, birds, etc. The claws of such birds are called talons. Claws of perching birds. Some birds like sparrows, crows, pigeons, and mynas are called perching birds. The feet of these birds have 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. They help them to grip the branches of trees firmly. Claws of scratching birds. Hens and cocks have sharp and hard claws with 3 long toes in front and 1 short at the back. They have sharp claws and strong legs. They scratch the ground with their claws to find out seeds and insects to eat. Claws of climbing birds. Woodpeckers, parrots, and parakeets are called climbing birds. They have 2 toes that point upwards and the other 2 that point downwards. They help the birds to climb up trees and hold fruits to eat. Claws of wading birds. Water birds like cranes, flamingos, and herons can wade through muddy water. These birds have long, thin legs and spreading toes. This is called wading. Claws of swimming birds. Birds like ducks, geese, and pelicans have short legs. The feet of these birds have 3 toes in front and 1 at the back. The 3 front toes of the feet are joined by the skin. These feet are called webbed feet. They help the birds in swimming. Wings and feathers. Wings and feathers help a bird to fly. How do birds fly? The wings of birds are attached to their body with the help of strong muscles. Birds use these muscles to move their wings. While flying, a bird flaps its wings upwards and downwards. The upward movement of wing is called upstroke, and downward movement of wings is called downstroke. A bird uses its tail to change the direction of the flight. The birds that cannot fly are called flightless birds or running birds. Emus and ostriches are the examples of flightless birds. Feathers. Each bird has different kind of feathers with different colors. There are 3 types of feathers. Down feathers. Down feathers are very small feathers. They are quite soft and fluffy. They keep the bird warm. A nestling has lots of down feathers. Flight feathers. Some feathers form the wings of a bird. They are known as flight feathers. They help the bird to fly and change direction. Body feathers. Body feathers cover the body of a bird and give the bird its shape. These feathers are present over the down feathers. Nests of birds. Birds build nests using leaves, straws, twigs, wool, cotton, and thread. Birds take care to build their nests in a place safe from enemies and bad weather. The tailor bird uses its beak like a needle to sew leaves together to build a nest. It also uses materials such as thread and wool to sew leaves. The weaver bird uses its beak to weave pieces of leaves, grass, on twigs to build a nest. The nest has an opening through which the bird enters. The woodpecker uses its beak to peck into tree trunks and make a hole for a nest. It uses this hole as a nest. Penguins live in cold places. Since it is difficult to find twigs, grass, or straw in such places, penguins collect stones and pebbles and make their nest on the ground. Sparrows, bulbuls, and hummingbirds make cup-shaped nests. This is the most common type of nest. The cup-shaped nest protects the egg and the baby birds and keep them from falling off. Some special features of the birds. Ostriches, emus, and penguins are birds that cannot fly. Ostrich is the largest bird that lays the largest egg. A cuckoo does not build its nest. It lays eggs in the nest of other birds. Parrots can imitate our voice and talk like us. Pigeons like to stay near human dwellings, in cracks and crevices of roofs. Hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. It lays the smallest egg. It can even fly backwards. Owls cannot move their eyes. They move their heads completely around to see straight behind them.